Welcome to Dawkins Enterprise. You're here with Sister Sherriese. Can I ask you a question for a moment? Do you ever think about this? If so, comment in the comment section for me, okay? Everybody knows the psychologists we've studied in school and the theories that a lot of things today that we do and we use and we practice are based upon these studies and these theories, like Watson and Skinner with the behavioral theories, and Freud with his ego and superego, Erickens psychosocial, talking about the changes in your life and how identities are formed, and Piaget cognitive development. Have you ever thought about where, well, we know where they got the people who they study? They say they do, but what really goes into that? How do those people who are studied to make up these theories, how do they feel? What did they experience? Does anybody ever think about that? I don't know. I just think about a lot of things. Like, I think about the asylums and how a lot of practices that we have is based on these things done to study people. And they study, you know, I am a mathematician. I love mathematics. And my most favorite is statistics. I have some desires in my life to do some things statistically in a different area than psychology, but looking at the human side of it, I wonder, does anybody look at that? I know we need things, we need to study things, we need to, you know, I understand about science and controlled environments and, you know, the placidos and all of that. I do understand, but I just I wonder. The people who are being studied, known and unknown, how do they feel about what these people are doing to them in the name of study and science? Is a career or a financial reward more important than being humane in this society? Is it okay to just be in secret about all these diabolical things and then walk upright like you all that when you connected to inhumaneness? I'm grateful. I am very grateful because no matter what has happened in my life, God is with me. I'm never alone. And I hope that for people who are being studied by people, you know, it's some sick stuff going on out here, y'all. And I'm just grateful that when I look at myself in the mirror, I can look and be proud that I have integrity and compassion and I am honorable. I don't have to pretend to be one way in front of people who I want to see me a certain way. As a matter of fact, when people see me in ways that are not true, it just shows me a lot about that person, what they see. And it really doesn't matter to me about what haters do. I'm going to tell you one short thing, and then I have an appointment to make. But homelessness is something that I have had to face many times because I am one of those targeted individuals in which certain groups of individuals feel deemed to study and write in their little books, whatever. One of these times when my security, the orchestration of me losing the roof over my head had went about, and this is an example of what I mean when I say I am grateful. I had a job, but I lost the place where I was living, as I have many times, because every time I get up on my feet, here they come again, lying to people. Many landlords have believed them. They have false documents. They have ruined jobs that I've had. And I just keep going because, first of all, I really don't even know who it is. I only know who they have sent. So it would be redundant. I tried to talk to these people who they seeing because I always can recognize, and I tell them when they come to me, I know you are sent, but they keep trying anyway. And I'm not upset. It's only your downfall for participating in this madness. But at any rate, my security was lost due to a collaboration and God. Because I start to kind of get sad. You feel me? Every other time, because it ain't just start happening. Every other time I was like, oh, I had it, boom, I had it, boom. But this time I started to get sad. And God said, hey, you, don't you trip off what them people doing. Look over here. I got something for you. And at that time, I was working as the coordinator of the Academic Research Center at Harris-Stowe State University. And I embarked on something else. As I was becoming homeless, I became an agent for a great large organization. I started working with NEA, National Education Association, and I became, um, you know, the secretary for that school there at Harris-Stowe. And we began organizing. And as we began organizing, uh, several people throughout the organization, which of course is across the United States, were chosen to form a collaboration and we went to training because we had everybody had different goals. Our goal was to become unionized. And in Missouri, there was no other university organized. And yes, they paid for my travel and hotel and food. And I went to New York and I went to Long Island and I went and I went and I went and I didn't even have an address. And God had me in the most plush places that I had ever been. Money was no object. I met some of the most fantastic people. As this collaboration was sitting around their table trying to destroy me, God was showing me, don't worry about what they do. Look at what I have for you. And so every 2 or 3 months, here we travel, 2 weeks, here, there. I had so much training. I met with leaders worldwide. And we did. I came back home. We were working all the time. And we got the votes that we needed to become organized. And it made the newspapers and everything. We were the first university to become unionized in the state of Missouri. And I helped with that. I helped with a lot of things. But I don't talk about it all the time. You know, right now the thing is about gratitude. And I am so grateful because God, He don't have to keep telling me, don't worry about them, because He already showed me. And I say He, but you know, it's no gender in creation. I can talk all day about being grateful. The experiences that I had, they paid for everything. Do you know how it is to just go to the airport and show your ID? Go to the hotel and show your ID? Everywhere we went out to dinners and, even they gave us spending allowances. We didn't get to do much playing in the city because we were in meetings, big books, training materials, conflict resolution. You know, they helped us understand ourselves better to be able to understand others better so that we can get on the same page and all grow. And some people see that, see those skills that I have and become upset. But I walk in love. I see where people are. And I'm grateful that I didn't turn out in a way where I don't want to look at myself in the mirror or that I want to pretend to be something else. I thought I had the screen on. It's on a no here. I don't know how to do this, but I'm learning. I'm learning as I keep learning and growing. I have a new apparatus here that I'm trying to use. And I thought I turned it on, but I don't see it. I should be seeing myself as I talk. But I only came on here for a moment to just say that if there's anyone out here that feels like there's nothing that they can do, there's no way out, I'm stuck in a rut, you are not stuck. You are not stuck. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, a bucket of gold at the end of the rainbow. But if you don't keep going, you won't get to see it. So keep going. Keep going. I'm going to figure out how to use this apparatus and I will be coming more on live. You know, I desire to always remain in my highest vibration. I'm grateful to the Most High, to the Spirit guides, my ancestors, the angels and archangels, always in my presence, in my ear, in my being, to protect me, to guide me, to lead me to myself. I'm so grateful. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscription button or subscribe. Hit the like button. Turn on your post notifications so that hit that bell. You'll know when I come on because I'm going to be coming on live more often. Spirit has told me he ain't playing. I say he, but Spirit said, I told you to go live once a day. And I have not been doing that. And actually, Spirit said it a long time ago. So I must be obedient unless I face something that I don't want to face. When you don't do what God tells you to do, you're going to have a problem. So I wish the picture was on here. I don't know how to do that. But I got a meeting right quick that I have to call on this meeting. And then maybe later tonight, I'll do a live. I can figure out how to put the picture on. Until then, my mother always told me, Sherriese, everybody has their own agenda. And my father always said, everything that's supposed to happen, happens. Until we meet again. Ashe.